Once we know how something ended, it becomes difficult to imagine not knowing. If the result was successful, the decision can appear intelligent. If the result was painful, the decision can appear obviously wrong, but the outcome gives us information that the original decision maker did not have. And when we use the new information to judge an earlier choice, we may no longer be evaluating the decision fairly. We may be experiencing something called outcome bias. Outcome bias happens when we judge the quality of a decision primarily by its result. A successful outcome becomes evidence of good judgment. A failed outcome becomes evidence of poor judgment. But this skips an important question. Was the decision process actually sound? Because results contain more than decisions, they also contain timing, circumstances, other people's actions, and sometimes luck. And luck can make skill and carelessness look surprisingly similar. Imagine someone takes a risk without examining the consequences and succeeds. They may conclude, I knew what I was doing, but success does not prove that the risk was understood. It may only prove that the worst possibility did not happen this time. The opposite can also occur. A person may prepare carefully, consider the evidence, and still experience an unwanted result. If we judge only by outcomes, luck can be mistaken for skill, and careful judgment can be mistaken for failure. That mistake affects more than how we interpret one decision. After an outcome occurs, our memory of the original situation may begin to change. The warning signs feel more obvious, the correct answer feels more visible, and the uncertainty that existed beforehand starts disappearing from the story. We begin saying, I knew that would happen, or they should have seen it coming. Sometimes that criticism it is justified, but sometimes the ending has made the path look clearer than it was. And that can distort how we assign both credit and blame. When results are good, we may give too much credit to the person who chose. When results are bad, we may assign too much blame. This happens in relationships, in workplaces, in leadership, and in the way we judge ourselves. A person who gets lucky may be encouraged to repeat a dangerous process. A person who encounters one bad result may abandon a process that was fundamentally sound. In both cases, the wrong lesson is learned. So, how do we separate the decision from what happened afterwards? Return to the moment of choice. Then ask, what information was reasonably available? What risks were recognized? What assumptions were being made? And did the choice make sense before the outcome was known? This does not mean ignoring the result. The result still contains valuable information, but the result should help us improve the decision process, not completely replace our evaluation of it. That allows us to learn without rewriting history. A useful review holds two ideas at the same time. First, the original decision may have been reasonable, given the information at the moment. Second, The outcome may reveal something that should change future decisions. We do not have to pretend that the new information was always obvious, and we do not have to ignore it simply to defend the past. We can say that decision made sense then, and reality has taught me something now that is more honest when coming to learning things. This is more of an honest form of learning. Outcomes matter, but they do not tell the entire story. A good result can hide weak reasoning. A bad result can hide a sound decision. So, examine both. Study the process and study the outcome. Ask, what was knowable then? Notice what became clear later, and carry the new information forward without pretending that you possessed it all along. Because clear judgment is not simply asking, did it work? It is also asking, was this a sound decision with what we knew at the time? The result teaches us what happened. The process helps us understand why. And wisdom requires learning from both.